So I'm an accelerationist. I 100% am all for this whole gender wildness because I truly do believe that all of these fat feminists with lurid blue hair, pierced nipples, doing crazy shit, I think it's a cry for help. I know for a fact it's a cry for help. And what I think is gonna happen is we're in a correction phase. Things are gonna get so accelerated and so out of control that these women are essentially, because they can't say this verbally, right? But they can communicate it in subtext through their behavior. You know what aposematism is? Mm-hmm. Like poisonous frogs in the rainforest, they're fucking lurid bright colors to show you they're poisonous. Mm-hmm. Well, that's why these chicks dye their hair and get all tatted. They're telling you how poisonous they are, right?
Why would they do that?
Because it's like they're wearing their trauma, right? They're embroidering their trauma on their body. It's like a way of like,
they're seeking help?
100%, it's a cry for help. So my point is, in this accelerated—
Who's gonna save them though?
Well, that's my point. It's all gonna crash and burn, and then what's gonna spawn out of this is a new iron guard of men who are gonna come in with an iron fist, probably covered in a velvet glove, and they're gonna fucking smash all of this shit to a billion little pieces, and it's gonna have to be rebuilt. And then the order's gonna be restored. Because at this rate, you can't fix this. We're too deep in now. This is not a reversible thing.
I agree.
We can only go forward, right? It's a forward escape, as the French say. You cannot go backwards, you gotta escape forward. So we gotta run this bitch into the ground, ride the decline. And then that new iron guard of men, the most masculine force of men you have ever fucking seen, are about to be birthed and spawned. And they're gonna blossom, and they are going to annihilate this whole feminist thing. But this is what the feminists want. They want fucking a strong, powerful force to come in and obliterate.
I agree, but the only strong, powerful force I see right now, and anyone can correct me if they think I'm wrong, Muslim men. That is the only strong force I see that's not capitulating.
Yeah, well,
and again, I'm not Muslim. I'm never gonna pray to Allah.
I'm
Sorry,
not either.
brother.
You know I hate the middle. You know I hate talking about the middle. I like talking about the top.
I got you. But
the
the people who are listening to you
100%.
are at the bottom.
100%.
At least most of them.
But they're aspiring to be at the top.
Yeah.
I get you, brother.
The thing that I wanted to say too is I think you can literally only be an alpha in the streets or in the sheets. You have to pick one. All the gangsters that I know that are alpha in the streets, they're all on their wife's leash. All of them. Because they're away from home too long. Look, my point is obviously you can be away from the home, but if you're away from home for too long, you can almost say Instagram and social media is a surrogate patriarchy, right? As a man, you now are pitted against enemies that are trying to control and dominate your women. Corporations, everything is trying to program your woman. So where does the authority come from? Men are losing authority to all these media conglomerates. So how do you step in and squash that? You gotta be in the game with her. That's my point. Of course, you still have to answer the call to adventure as a male. If you're a red-blooded male, yeah, you gotta scratch that itch. But me as a man, I'm pitted against motherfucker. I got 20 guns pointed at my head trying to program my woman.
On a good day.
On a good day. And I gotta fight that somehow, right? The only way to do that is to be sitting in the throne.
I think the best way to do that is make sure your woman doesn't have any fucking friends who are whores.
That's the.
I think that's the number one thing to do.
100% correct. I'm not even joking. If you're goofy and you can fuck a woman good right now, a woman will take care of you. She'll buy you gifts, take you on trips, she'll pay for everything. It's at the extremes always. It's high-end, low-end theory. Low-end dudes are cleaning up, high-end dudes are cleaning up. The middle is completely flat. A lot of these youngsters do not understand. You got a bunch of guys who are looks maxing now. If you notice this, guys are so self-conscious about their appearance. I have a personal theory that the invention of the mirror, like the household mirror, is one of the most evil fucking introductions into culture because men started preening and primping in front of the fucking mirror. And it created this gaping hole of insecurity that has yet to be filled. Men were never really supposed to know what the fuck they looked like. You know what I mean? Like you had to stoop low into a fucking body of water to see your reflection. Men are salient forces, we're thrusters. We're supposed to inflict what we have inside us onto the world. You know what I mean? Like we're not supposed to contain things in, but this modern society, guys just wanna be prettier than their fucking girlfriend. Have you noticed this? Guys literally want to be more beautiful than their fucking women. Like the incels should be a little bit easier on themselves, to be honest with you, because the fucking pretty boy archetype, he might be able to fuck 100 chicks a week, but he ain't any closer to getting love than the incel. You know what I mean? Because he's not a man. He's a pretty boy. There's a huge difference. A woman never wants a man to outshine her in the beauty department.
I don't know.
I'm saying you cannot fake being an alpha, because a woman will break your system. It's gonna happen. At some point, long enough time scale, a woman will break out your system and snuff it out. They are the masters at it. So none of this shit can be faked. And to your point,
It can be fake for a little bit though.
100%, but here's the thing. If you trick a woman into loving you or liking you through game or somebody you're not, right? A persona. Let's say the persona wins the woman. When she tells you she loves you, you don't believe her. You can't believe her because you know.
If she knew the truth.
Exactly. So these guys end up self-sabotaging before they get discovered because they have that, what do you call it, imposter syndrome. So that's why these guys abandon the relationship, because they're like, they'll self-destruct. Guys will come to me all the time. They're like, Brute, I'm in love with this chick. Why can't I stop destroying the relationship? And I'm like, this is one of those game guys. He tricked her, and he doesn't believe that it's built on a solid foundation. So he's got to bounce before she's inevitably going to find out that he was full of shit anyway. Okay, but this is where the red pill goes wrong. It goes super wrong, right? Red pill tells you be toxic, be unavailable, don't be around too much. You got to be with your boys, leave her at home. Leave her at home, garbage advice, and I'll tell you why. In the 1950s, if a woman was chilling at home, there was no cultural programming that was that corrosive. If she turns on the TV, what's going to be on the TV? Little House on the Prairie, Lassie?
Yep.
Not that bad, right? Now, if you leave a woman at home long-term for too long, what's the cultural programming? She's gonna be scrolling Instagram, Facebook, absolutely corrosive, toxic, corrosive programming, right? So it's gonna fry her brain 100% if she's left unchecked. I think it's the complete opposite. I think men need to be in the game very often with their woman in 2023. I think you need to be around her all the time. I think she should be like the pet monkey on your shoulder, everywhere you go.